Hello, YouTube. You don't get a weather report. No, I'm still laughing about that. Some comments. Need to lay off the weather report. Stick to the facts. This is a simple little jig I'm making, okay? This is pretty square. Half-inch square piece of stock. Well, this ain't perfect. I took it to the sander. There's gouges from the cutter thing. But that don't matter. This is what you want nice. I just want something to bend some tin over once in a while, you know, piece of tin or copper strap. Well, I thought about mounting it to the table here out of my way. You can still use the vise, but see the table? I think you can see that. That would be about straight. This ain't straight. So I gotta sit here and file or wood or something. You could put washers on there, I suppose, to shim it up. Put a couple holes out here. If I remember, you can put about a 5-inch piece in here. These are all scrap. This is just the way it came out. I cut a little bit off where it was. Excuse me. About take 2 on that one. Forest fire smoke. About 5 inches in between there. Yes, I'm serious. Forest fire smoke down here in Iowa. The air quality's a little better today. Let me pause and regroup. Okay, cleared my throat, had another drink of hot coffee. It's about 5 inches. You know, I might have a tin project. It's not for big stuff. Whatever 6mm or whatever bolts. I buy the millimeter bolts at Harbor Freight because you get so many bolts in a box that I've got metric wrenches. I'm not prejudiced against the metric system. And then kind of ground off on the corner because you don't want to hit your leg on that. You don't want to come over and catch your leg on it. And it will be even more smoother when I'm done. I don't bump my leg or anything on there. So we're going to spend some time to get this like this. Then we'll go to the drill press. And how we did this, we drilled these holes first, right? Clamp this piece down to here. Let's get rid of this. Clamp this piece down on here with some clamps. And then took my hand drill, well, cordless drill, and just stuck the bit here, made a mark. You know what I mean? And then went back to the drill press and finished drilling to the metal. So, it's kind of self-explanatory. Drill these holes first. Of course, they're marked out, 1/4 inch, whatever. 1/4 inch, halfway through, 1/4 inch in. Mark what was the top. So let's spend some time and see if we can get this to fit a little better. Then we'll be back. We don't want to put a whole lot into this video, but like I said, we'll drill some holes in here to bolt this with some wood screws. 2 ought to hold it. I'm not going to be banging on it super hard with a big giant hammer. Let's see what happens. Come along with me on this adventure. Oh. You gotta have a sense of humor. You just can't do this stuff. You just can't. Well, it's better. The whole idea was have the head of the bolts hit the table, you know, so you can tighten it up. You know, I need a wrench back there. Well, with these sticking out, you gotta have them out there just a ways. It depends on how thick the metal. So some of the bolt will be cut off. I'm probably going to make this about 1/8 inch gap. So when you're not using it, you can just, you know, there will be much bolt sticking out. You can always run it out to the end or whatever and tap it in. You're not going to really catch yourself on it. We hope. There. Because I just can't see having the nuts back there. Because I really don't want to spot weld there. And I want this to be able to come apart. It does rock a little bit. I've had to square on it. Now we're going to determine the center. We're going to determine the center of where this is, the center of the board. On here. And then drill a couple holes in this piece over at the drill press. I have some lines scratched in there. It's just a simple jig. I really rounded the corner of this. Don't catch your leg on that or nothing. I think you can figure it out by now. I can get confused. Okay, let's finish drilling some holes. We'll find some wood screws. Okay, here's my plan, whether it's right or wrong. Here's the holes in the metal, right? And I made a little bigger. I held this up here, then drilled with the drill bit just enough to mark it. That way I know when I drill the holes, it's going to line up. Now, I don't have no wood screws, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill where this is hard to screw in there, right? Tell on there, and then we're going to put some epoxy on them. These are stainless screws. Let me show you the kit. This is an oddball I found at Harbor Freight. The first box I bought, the young man trying to ring it up, kept trying to ring it up. He finally just threw it in the sack. I got one pack for free. Tells I'll be back to buy another. He goes, yeah, maybe it'll ring up. He goes, yeah. I was just, thanks. I go, I'll come back and buy another pack someday. Yeah, got one pack free. It's just something that it's in the hardware section. You look it up. Anyway, don't get no attitude. People are nice out here that watch me. Well, yeah, most of you are. There you go. Let's get this done. Okay, we are going to mix up some epoxy, put on the screws and on the wood. So I thought I'd show you that before I do that. So it's going to be glued everywhere. Make sure your screws and stuff fit before you do this. You don't want to be fumbling. That's why I got the screw started. I don't want to be fumbling with epoxy and whatever. You know, put the epoxy right on the threads right here and make your mess. And I don't care what drips on the floor. We just want the job done. Okay, I just got it there and then bumped the camera again. I need to find a better way to make... I've got a little square block. So when I put something right, square the tin up this way. You know what I mean. You don't want to bend it at an angle. This is the whole idea, just for lightweight tin. This is copper. There. And I need to find a wrench for these, so I'm not wearing it down with the vice grips. And I wiggled this thing after the epoxy's still not fully cured. It's probably been 15 minutes, but... That's the whole idea. Like I said, and I can form a piece, like I said, what did I say, 5 inches you can put in here. Yeah, this is pretty solid. I mean, it really got glued in there. And I run the screws in by hand with a hand screwdriver. You know, old school. Part of my Husky set. I bought before they changed the handles. They were the old school handles. Now they're in a weird shape. Anyway, back on topic. This bolt wants to try to spin a little bit. The head of the bolt, I may show some epoxy or a shim or something there. That was the whole idea, to have the head stop right there. Kind of did a little more sanding on it. Like I said, it's not perfect, but this is more flatter than this piece is. That's what matters. This is more of a right angle than actually this little piece. Because I'd take a scrap and take it to the disc sander, the belt sander, and that's not easy if you've ever done it. Even if you got your little fence guide thing, whatever, it's not that easy as you think. So, thanks for watching. We'll get these screws cut off. See, this bolt fits pretty tight in there. We'll measure out about 1/8 of an inch. I don't think we'd ever want to bend 1/8 of an inch metal, and we can't get the torch in here. We'll burn the table up. So, we'll still measure out a little ways, and then chop these bolts off. So, there we go. We're out of here. We headed up. The flies are starting to attack me. It's starting to warm up outside. I guess it would work with the nuts on the inside. Maybe I could glue them or something. It's a lot safer, even though I ground these off with a Dremel. Thanks for watching if you're watching this very last clip after the pictures. It's held on there pretty good without a pocket. I'm really pulling on that thing. It'll hold.